Hey, what's up? This is Kevin from Kevin's Barbecue Joints, and in this episode I talked to Reid from Guest Family Barbecue in Waco, Texas. Gonna really love this interview. It's so interesting to hear his background. He had a background in barbecue with his family, and then he went to culinary school, and then went to Austin to cut his chops in fine dining, and then worked at Lambert's Barbecue in downtown Austin. Then went on to open up his trailer in Waco, Texas, which is right across from the Silos, the whole Joanna Chip fixer-upper place. So that's an interesting story. He's super passionate, does everything from scratch, does everything himself. There's one thing he doesn't do himself, which is the sausage, but someone close to him does do the sausage. It's such an interesting story. I'm not going to tell you. You'll hear it in the interview. I really think you'll enjoy this. If you like what you see, please subscribe. I'll be doing at least one a week with a barbecue personality or someone in the chef world, food world. Please enjoy this. Thanks so much. Well, good afternoon again.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks.
Are you guys open today?
We are not. We were actually here giving out turkeys that people pre-ordered. We sold like 35 turkeys this year.
Nice.
For Thanksgiving, kind of without advertising till the last minute. So we were just handing those out to people who had prepaid for turkey.
Nice. Do you guys cook turkey?
No, not on the menu.
Okay.
Not on the menu. I have a place on my menu for specials, and turkey's kind of, when we feel like doing it, we'll put some turkey breast on the menu. But we definitely had it before, and we'll have it again, but not something we do on the regular.
Gotcha. Yeah, it definitely seems like that time of year for barbecue joints is to have turkey, and it makes it a lot easier for a lot of people.
It does. Our chicken's so good, though. I just feel like that's what you're looking for. Then maybe chicken will work.
Could someone have ordered a large a chicken if they wanted to? Would you have cooked it?
Sure. Yeah. Well, once the pit's going, it's like we'll kind of do whatever.
That's true. Well, I wanted to get your background. I wanted to find out. I know that you worked at Lambert's, but I wanted to. What's your background? Were you in the restaurant business before?
I was. I grew up in Jayton, Texas, which is a really small town where, there wasn't an actual catering business or anything like that. So my dad, being the town kind of welder, was the guy who was able to build pits, and so he ended up being also the guy who could do big banquets or weddings or golf tournaments or whatever. So we ended up being kind of the unofficial catering business of my small town. So I grew up doing that. Then I went to culinary school in '02, and that was in Minneapolis, which was great. I loved it up there, but I came back to Texas as soon as I could. The weather was just unbearable, man. It's just really awful. But it was a great place, and I had a great time. So after culinary school, I moved back to Austin, and that's where I kind of, did the fine dining, circuit, if you will. I cooked all around town, just trying to hone skills and trying to get, that super fancy restaurant that every chef dreams of. And then one day it just kind of hit me that I might be better off in a smaller town like Waco making barbecue at a normal rate, not just trying to pump out volume. So
were you a big fan of barbecue before, or you're from Texas, so you know barbecue?
I am, and that's what like I said, for all those catering events that my dad and I did, that's all we ever served was barbecue, because that's what we were able to cook, because that's what we knew first of all, and we had the ability to build those big pits. So yeah, I've always been into barbecue, and a little bit by going to culinary school and moving to Austin for the fine dining scene. I a little bit was trying to get away from it. And then a little bit it came back and it found me again, and just really took over again, and I had a huge passion again for it.
What was it like working at Lambert's?
Lambert's was great, man. I will always cherish the time I had there. I spent 7 years there. Those two guys, Larry McGuire and Tommy Mormon, are just uber successful in Austin, and I was really lucky to be able to watch them grow from one restaurant into, I think they have 9 now.
Do they have 9? Oh my gosh.
They do. They have Perla's Oyster Bar. They have Clark's. They have June's All Day now is their newest one. They have Elizabeth Street. They just opened an Airstream kind of food truck called Pool Burger that's just doing insane numbers for a food truck.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they're really, really popular in town, and I was really lucky to be able to be high enough up on their hierarchy to kind of see what was happening as this restaurant group was blooming and was feeding a town that was also blooming.
That's true.
Austin went crazy, and they grew with it, and I was able to watch it, and I'm very fortunate to have that experience, because Waco's going through a huge growth right now, and it's I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's almost like I've done it before. When I say, when I see things happening, I'm like, look, we need to be here at this place. It's because I've seen this whole thing happen before, and so. Yeah, it's a little bit of deja vu, but it's also nice to be up on the game.
So when did you open up your trailer?
We opened in January of this year. So this coming up in a couple months, we'll have our 1-year anniversary.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. We spent about 6 months at a brewery, open on Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
11 till we sell out. It's always been our hours, but we were open Friday, Saturday at this brewery in town. It's the only brewery in town. Did really well there, and just kind of outgrew that space and needed to move. So we ended up right across the street from the silos.
I was gonna ask. I can't not talk to you and wonder about that whole situation there with the silos.
Yeah, it's a crazy phenomenon, and we really enjoy being a part of it. We are not inside, but right across the street.
Okay.
Yeah. So. I mean, they have a crazy amount of people that go there every day, and we're real lucky to be able to put ourselves right here, kind of in the path of people.
Yeah, being right across the street, that's insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff for the wives over there. The husbands tend to always smell out the smoke and find us somehow. So we've been lucky to be able to be so close.
Yeah, you're blessed to be like that's like a perfect location.
Yeah.
And
it's something to do.
And what was Waco like when you first, like, how has it changed? Are there any other barbecue? There's a couple barbecue joints, right, in Waco, right?
There are a couple barbecue places in Waco, and the thing is, they've all been here for years and years and years.
That's
and people are very loyal to them.
What do they think of you coming to town? Is that?
I'm not sure if I've broken into that crowd yet. To the very loyal, Uncle Dan's and DeMario fans, I'm not sure if I've broken through to them yet. But I know that the younger crowd that's kind of downtown, the people that are kind of making stuff happen here in Waco, really into it. And they're, I get a lot of it, and it means so much to me. But I get a lot of people that literally thank me for for coming.
That's so nice.
Yeah, and giving them a craft barbecue, if you will, kind of place to come to where someone's really taking care of every brisket and, really getting into all of it all the way instead of worrying about volume and money and stuff like that. So
for sure. What was it like that first week that you opened?
The first week was crazy because I have a lot of friends. Everyone I know, I think, came on that first day. I don't know that we've matched sales from that first day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was crazy. It was a little bit of, I'll pay for 20 and $20 worth of barbecue, and here's 100. It was one of those kind of things, and it was, it meant so much to me that all my friends from Austin came. And the whole Lambert's crew came down, and they were here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they were all here, and it was really cold. So, but we had a super long line, and we sold out in about an hour and a half. And, it was a crazy, crazy day, and then the next week we were really busy, and then it kind of, I won't say it dropped, but it went off, from everyone. I knew everyone in line to now I'm serving real customers that don't know, and they're taking that time to stop at a food truck that they don't know is going to be good and spend the money. And so, it began to really feel real at that point. It wasn't just like I was throwing a barbecue for my friends. So about 3 or 4 weeks in, it started to feel real,
yeah.
and it was the first time, I think it was 4 weeks in where the first day that I didn't sell every single bite. And I was just like, oh no, all I did was prepare to sell out every day. What do we do now? But we figured it out, and, working with our pars and just figuring out kind of what we needed to make. And we backed up a lot and just started making just what we needed. In fact, I stopped using a pit for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then slowly, actually not so slowly because it hasn't even been a year, but it felt slow to me. But we started getting more customers and more customers and more customers. And then was March. And March was when Daniel Vaughn came by. and Daniel gave us just an amazing review and a great rating, and he put us up on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram a few times actually within a couple weeks, and that's when the line really started to grow, and that's when the other smoker came back into play, and ever since then we've just been as busy as we can be.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the power of Texas Monthly. It seems like when Daniel stops by, it's unreal, and I don't think people realize how crazy it is.
People don't realize it, and the thing is, there are 3 or 4, maybe 5 other people in Texas, none with the kind of gravity of the Texas Monthly nod. But for instance, 2 days ago, Jess Prowse put us on her social media, and we gained 20 followers, and we've had tons of calls, and it's like every single time something like that happens, we get a ton of business, or at least a ton of interest.
And that's all you can ask for is being on people's radar.
It's exactly.
Giving you a chance.
Yeah, and it's hard, with that top 50 list coming out right after we opened, and we weren't on it because we opened early, and I like to think that maybe we would have made it. I'm kind of glad we didn't. From
what I hear, I think you would have made it.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, and I'm surely. I'm really gunning for it next time, and I don't really think about anything else except that. It's crazy, and my business partner thinks I'm crazy, but I really did build this barbecue place just because I wanted to be on that list, and I know that I can make the barbecue that I need to make to be on it. So it's crazy to have this list and this guy Daniel Vaughn kind of in the back, like with every decision I make, there's well, what's he gonna think? What's he gonna say? What if I put this on the menu? Is he gonna see it? It's a weird kind of day that we're living in with this Instagram stuff. It's crazy because you never know who's gonna come by, and you never know. That's one thing, not knowing who's going to come by that day. But when you open, and then hundreds of thousands of people. I think Daniel Vaughn has 70,000. I don't know how many. It's a ton of followers. So if he puts something up, or Robert Lerma takes my picture or whatever, like it's a big deal, and you have to make sure that your product is perfect every time.
So maybe that's what it is making sure that people do, like, every day come to play and work hard. Not that you wouldn't anyways, but I think that definitely keeps people on their toes.
That's true. I know that in between hitting the snooze button on going to check the fire, because I sleep 50 feet from the fire.
Okay.
Hitting that snooze button a couple times in between hitting it, I've thought of Daniel Vaughn, and that's what gets me up. It's like, I could let that fire go about 10 more minutes, but it's not going to be perfect, so I'm going to get up right now and make sure, because what if he comes by? He goes to Austin all the time. He lives in Dallas. I'm right in his path, and that's, I'm not going to say that wasn't on purpose. So, it's what gets me up.
How far away? How far would you say you are from Austin, and how far from Dallas? Just so people.
We're an hour and a half.
Hour and a half each way. Oh, that's perfect. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What are your hours?
We're open 11 till we sell out. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
And then and are you serving the same meats that you were serving when you opened?
We are. We have the same 5 basic meats that are on our menu every time, which is brisket, pork ribs, spare ribs, chicken. We make our own sausage, and pulled pork. We have those 5 meats all the time. And then I'll do specials. I'll do beef ribs, beef cheeks, turkey, which we were talking about earlier. I'm kind of open to whatever. Just kind of try to keep it fresh. We have a lot of regulars that come by, and I like to kind of treat them to something new every once in a while, because it is a very, very basic menu. We have 5 meats, 4 sides, 1 sauce. That's all. There's no trickery, no crazy things coming out. I mean, we do one thing and do it well, and that's kind of our mantra. We don't have crazy items on our menu for a reason. We don't have sandwiches, for a reason, because we want to just concentrate on the menu, make sure the meat that we sell by the pound is all perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect for Daniel.
And I do literally every bit of the cooking. I do myself.
Oh wow, okay, I didn't know that. I was going to ask you.
Yeah, I have a staff that's, I have a business partner that, because we have another truck too called Coco Ramen. We're doing Waco's only ramen.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I have a business partner and we have a staff over there. But as far as this trailer goes, it's me and this lady named Tammy. And Tammy, helps me once I make the sauce. She puts into little cups for to-goes. She'll cut cabbage and do stuff like that. But when it comes to recipes, when it comes to making the food, I make all of it. I mean, no one's lifted the lid on a smoker other than me, and the whole time we've been open.
And that's nice.
So
That's nice to know because that's quality control. That's all you.
that's right. That's right.
Are you making the sausage too yourself?
So interesting story. I was at the beginning,
Okay.
and we still are making it in house. But at the beginning when I opened, I had this kid who's in my family. His name's Aaron. He's 16 years old. He, never really into anything, but he wanted to be into this, and he wanted to make food. So when we started the food trailer, I took him on as like apprentice kind of. We'll pay a little bit, not hourly or whatever, and you just kind of learn. You're going to get apprentice wage, and you're going to learn. He's going to clean. So very quickly we got very busy, right? So he went from learning the basics of kitchen knowledge, how to wash dishes, how to do that stuff. He went straight from that to, all right, man, we're going to make sausage today, and I need you to pay attention because I need you to make all of it from now on.
Oh, that's great.
So that was in, I guess, April or May. In May, he got out of school, obviously, into May for the summer, and he had no plans at all. And I put him through pretty intense sausage boot camp, and we came out of it with only one recipe.
Okay.
But it's our recipe, and it's a good one. And so he shows up, grabs the product he needs from me, goes to our commissary kitchen and makes sausage and brings it back, and I smoke it.
That is super cool. He's 16 years old, so he's going to be staying on?
He is, yeah. He's so into it, and he's really into.
That's awesome. What a great.
Ramen too. We let him work half the time at the ramen truck. He's really into that because it's kind of fast-paced, kind of kitchen-style stuff. And he actually bought this headband from Japan, and he wears it every day of his life. It's really funny. He just wears it all the time. I saw him out at dinner at a restaurant the other day, and he just sitting at a restaurant.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so he's really into that side of things, but he's also still producing really, really good sausage.
That's such a cool thing. I wish I had that when I was a kid.
I know, me too. Me too.
That's awesome. Is there so what should people know about Guest Family Barbecue? What else should they know? Is there anything else that like it seems it's very what you're doing is it sounds simple, but it's not. It's complex, but you're trying to stay bare bones and.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think that what we just talked about, I would love, if more people knew that, like, I literally make every bite of food that comes out of here. And I know that's going to change one day. We're going to get too busy, and I'm going to have to let that go. But, I would love for people to know that. I'd love for people to just know that we're here. Mm-hmm. Just know that, there is this top 50 list, but there are a whole lot of other people making really good barbecue around that aren't necessarily on that list. I don't have Yeti stickers to give out, but,
Well, that's why I wanted to reach out to you because I'd been hearing stuff. I had heard that you're doing such a great job, and I knew deep down I wanted to talk to you because there are people going to all like to Truth or to Law Barbecue and which are fantastic spots, but there's also off the beaten paths, and that's what I think that's what makes Texas so special is that it's all spread out.
It is all spread out, and everyone kind of has their own way of doing things. You bring up Truth. That's one of my favorite places on the planet to eat. I love that place, and what they do is not different than what I do, but I love eating there because someone else did it. So it tastes a little different.
Yeah, it does,
the oak there tastes different than my oak. So, it's fun to go to those places, but I will tell you my barbecue passport has 0 stickers because we're open every weekend, which is when everyone's eating barbecue. So it's really hard for me to get out to eat to those places, but I do definitely take every chance I can. If I'm ever in Austin, I will go get, Micklethwaite instead of Franklin because it's easier to get only because,
and it's fancy and it's so good. It's so amazing.
So good. Yeah, so good. I ate there a ton when I was in Austin. Valentina's, so happy that they're on the list because they used to be 2 blocks from my house, and I remember walking up there and just getting a taco, no line, and I remember saying like one day these guys are going to make it. They're going to be the ones with mesquite. They'll be the one because Miguel does great work there, and
And it's so
it was
unique,
pretty
and
cool.
it's a unique spin. It's a nice. It's not just your average barbecue joint.
Right, right. No, they have a great menu. And the way they set it up with the Tex on one side and the Mex on the other, it's a great way to do
Smart.
two preparations with one product. It's really smart, and it's really, thoughtful food, and it's great. And I watched them, get the Texas Monthly nod and what happened then, and then when they got on the list and what happened then, and it was fun to watch, and it was cool to watch. I mean, they all took it all really well, and they're still putting out really good food.
So now when people are traveling out to the silos, they should definitely stop by your place. That's what they should do. You should actually be like an important stop instead of like going out to see the actual. Because don't people go on tours to see the homes that they've done?
They do. Interesting about that tour actually stops here.
Oh, it does. Oh, that's cool. That's
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. We of course won their owner and their drivers over with brisket. Kind of how we've gotten everything we've gotten so far. This trailer, our space here that we occupy right across the street, for a very good price. We get everything at a very good price because we take brisket everywhere we go.
That's a smart tactic. It works great.
Yeah, anytime there's a business meeting to be had, better bet we're showing up with brisket. So, yeah, we're fortunate, like I said, to be this close to the silos, and then to do, not a lot of people know because we can't tell a ton of people, but we do a lot of their catering for Chip and Joanna, because I've actually heard stories of previous trucks that did their catering, letting it out of the bag, and then people were actually kind of trying to follow them to the job site that they were at. So we got to keep it quiet. But we do a lot of their catering, and they bring a ton of tourists to Waco, and we're happy to have a piece of that, and we're even happier that it's kind of intermingled with the locals. Mm-hmm. Because we have so many locals that come here very regularly. They all came from the brewery. They all came over to
That's
downtown.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's great to kind of have the place that mixes the locals and the tourists, because that doesn't really exist here, I don't think.
No, it doesn't, and now it's there. It's would you say that how many people are coming into Waco every weekend? Because are there like hundreds of?
I've heard. Gene, my business partner's there. What's the number all year? 2.5 million last year came to the silos.
Wow.
Just to the silos.
Yeah.
So
someone like even like my mom wants to go to Waco just because of that. Like, and she's like from Los Angeles.
Yeah. Everyone wants to go. It's a great family, great show, great product they have. Everything is.
Yeah, they've done a smart job.
And they're super nice, and they've had us out for caterings and stuff, and we're able to be right here next to it and kind of be the other thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I
that's
think
important.
You're right. If anything, Waco needed something else, because
For
sure.
Sure.
The silos are really cool, but can you go to a city just for one thing?
I can't.
So I know there are other things in this town that people need to see. The Dr. Pepper Museum is 1 block away. Which is really cool.
Oh.
There are a ton of things that people need to see in town, but we definitely wanted to slide in there and try to be the other thing that people come.
And what time are you usually selling out during, like on a busy day?
So I'm filling up both smokers right now, and we're selling out around 1:30 or 2.
Okay, it's not bad.
And opening at 11. So yeah, a couple hours. Pre-orders getting to be a pretty big deal nowadays. Okay. Which is great. I think Saturday, which was the last time we were open, we had sold about 40% of the meat that we had made just in pre-sale.
Now, is that done online, or do they call you?
We're working on doing the online thing. We just got the Square store set up, and so we're working on that. But right now, it's just kind of through either Facebook Messenger or calling. Okay. Us directly. We have a website that's up, and so you can get the number on there to call and to do pre-order.
Nice. That way, they secure some meat before coming into town, or if just coming into the area.
Yeah, that's another thing. You don't want to come all the way out here and then we're sold out, and it happens to people, and I feel so bad. When someone drives all the way.
No, it's not fun at all.
Texas barbecue. You know, you got to get there at 11.
Yeah, well, that's what I
So,
try to tell people is if they're going, like, say they're going up to Tyler's barbecue or they're going somewhere, to make sure that they call ahead because you guys will accommodate if you can.
sure. No, I'm happy to sell any meat to anyone who calls, and
Yeah.
you know,
Because you know they're
says,
making
hey,
the trip, so.
yeah, if they're gonna make the trip, I'm happy to do it. And you know, I've even had I have their barbecue 2 or 3 barbecue kind of tours that come through here, like guys that do it all the time, and
Uh-huh.
because there's no one else here for them to stop for, they're always happy to make a stop in Waco. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always been a minute since they got out of the car or whatever. It's like it's by itself without being totally away from everything. Like like you're saying, like Tyler's or Evie Mae's. I
True.
can't even imagine being up there in Lubbock trying to, or Wolford,
Yeah.
even not even Lubbock, but trying to get people to come out. It's got to be weird, and you know, even being here right between Dallas and Austin, I do look forward to Saturday because Saturday is the day, not to put my locals down or my tourists down, but Saturday is the day that I get people that are coming here to eat barbecue because they heard about our spot or because they saw a picture or whatever. And that, you know, people that eat barbecue all the time, they're fun to have here.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
because they haven't been here before. Waco has never seen that before, so you know, it's always more fun to, you know, kind of have, not even more fun, but it's always very rewarding for me, for people who have had a lot of barbecue, to come here. And especially when it's like, oh, we just left Franklin and then we drove to Louis Mueller's and now we're here. And how do you beat that? How do you
No,
beat
that's
it?
the.
By that day, you better be on point. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? So Saturday is always kind of my favorite day, just because of who comes here, and it's, you know, but you know, Thursday, Friday we have our locals, which come every week, so it's also very,
and that's
really
important.
fun.
You want to be able to serve them, but it's also fun to serve the
Right.
barbecue fanatics or the diehards, which is really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that thanks for hanging in there today to reconnect.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
And I'm glad we finally got a chance to talk. And I have to stop. And I think that's actually like a nice route, like coming down. If you fly into Dallas and you hit a bunch of places in Dallas, come down through Waco and then go into that could be. I want to do the Houston tour too, but I haven't.
Yeah, there's so many great places in Houston now. It's almost a, you know, it is not almost, it is a tour in itself because Houston's so big and spread out that, yeah, but they got a lot of places there that are great. And Truth's actually about to open there too, so.
That's what I had heard. It's you guys. Thank you guys for what you're doing. I know it's a lot of work, those late nights, but it's paying off. You're on people's radar. They know about you and they want to come.
Yeah.
out.
Well, it is a lot of work, but at the end of the day, I get to say I get to make barbecue for a living, and you know, no matter how much money you have or how happy you have, you could always be like, man, what if I could make barbecue for a living? You know what I mean?
No,
because if you enjoy it, you know, I never take that for granted. Never, ever, ever have I thought, oh my gosh, I got to do this or whatever. It's a second that that it takes for me to realize, like, oh man, you still get to make barbecue for a living. So yeah, it's something that's not lost on me. It's something I don't take for granted. Never will.
Well, I think that's a nice way to bookend this and end this. So thank you so much, and hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. And are you guys opening up this weekend?
We are actually, we're gonna. I'm gonna take a break, go home for Thanksgiving, and come back on Friday and do all the prep, and then we'll open back up on Saturday for one day. I'm also bringing back what will be the next pit.
Oh, cool.
So I found this place that's 12 step. I didn't find it. I've gotten permission to use this place. It's like 12 steps away.
Oh, cool.
It's a big metal shop. So I'm actually going to be able to cook barbecue while I build our next pit. So in between throwing logs on the fire, I'll be in the metal shop next door, building our next smoker. And I'm bringing back the tanks from going to Thanksgiving. I'll bring back the tanks this week and start that project. So we'll hopefully make it till 2:30 or something, maybe 3 o'clock. I don't know. Maybe dinner's probably not in the near future, but hopefully we can, you know, make 12 or 15 more briskets a day. That'd be great.
That's cool. That's ideal. That's what's wonderful.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, good luck with that too. Good luck with that build. That'll be awesome.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah.
All right. Well, have a great Thanksgiving and have a great rest of your week. And thanks again. I'll see you
Cool.
soon.
Thanks, Kevin.
I'll be
All
out in
right,
about a month or two, so I'll come out for sure.
Okay, cool.
All right. See you soon.
All right, see you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.